Hey, I want to welcome you back to the Solution Talk. My name is Jamie Summers, and I have to tell you, I am really freaking excited about today's episode. I told you last week that this one could very well change everything, and I absolutely meant it. And before we're done today, I'm going to prove it to you. But the first thing that I'm going to do right now is I'm going to ask you something really important, and I'm going to need you to be very honest with yourself when you answer it. When it comes to your health, are you doing the work? Like, are you eating healthy? Are you working out? You're taking the vitamins, you're drinking the shakes, you're doing all the things, but yet you're still frustrated with not seeing the results that all of the work that you're putting in should be showing by now. Because if the answer is yes, hi, I've been there. And two, we're going to be really good friends by the end of this conversation. I'm going to talk to you about something that doesn't get talked about enough in the health space. And I really am a big believer that mindset is so key in everything that we do. But we're going to talk about that voice, right? That inner voice, not the one that your trainer gives you, not the one that a podcast gives you, the one inside your own head, the one that shows up when nobody's listening but you, right? When you are standing in front of a mirror, you're getting dressed in the morning, when you're doing those acrobatic moves just to zip up your pants, jumping backwards onto the bed, just praying that you're not going to have to use the restroom when you leave the house because you are unsure if you're going to be able to zip those pants back up. Like, I lived that for too many years. I know exactly what that looks like. I was over 200 pounds. I was doing all the right things. I was eating healthy. I was working out. I was taking vitamins. I was drinking the shakes. And I was working so freaking hard to stay stuck, frustrated in a plateau. And the story I was telling myself every single day was, this is just how life is. Nothing works. Nothing works for me. This is just my body. Like, I'm going to chalk it up to I had 2 kids. This is what happens when you get older. And I just started normalizing not feeling great every day. I started to make peace with dreading getting dressed. I'm like, well, I'm just going to get dressed in the closet and I don't even have to get dressed in the mirror. And it was a very frustrating cycle that I started to just accept that the woman in the mirror was just someone I was never going to feel good about. And like, that coming out of my mouth right now, it hurts my heart because I know that there are so many women out there that are tearing themselves down right now. And I'm going to tell you something. I would stand in front of that mirror and I would say it out loud, out of my mouth. I hate my legs. I hate my legs. Until one day, the day that literally changed and shifted everything for me is a day that I didn't realize that my daughter was listening to me. She heard me. I didn't see her. She was real little at the time, probably around 5 years old. A few days later, my friend, I overheard her say the very same thing about herself. And as a mom, I was rocked. I was devastated. I was like, this is the moment where everything needs to change. I need to do better. Like, I am a walking testimony for my children. They are picking up what I am putting down, and I need to undo this. Because the fact is, we are the loudest voice in our own lives. And when we don't feel good about ourselves, we don't speak kindly to ourselves. And the words that we say can become the words that people say to themselves. Like, I needed to undo this. I needed to flip the damn script, and I needed to flip it fast. I gave up the mindset that this is just how life is. I started pouring into myself and pouring that voice out louder than those negative words that I ever allowed to come out of my mouth so that my kids would pick up on the positive things. I started lifting myself up. I started realizing that the woman that I saw in the mirror was the woman that was always going to be the one that changes my life. So why the hell would I tear her down every chance that I got? Like, I needed to do better. And it wasn't easy, my friend. But here is what I learned. When we can make our goals bigger than ourselves, when the why is bigger than just us, that is how the how-to becomes a whole lot easier to show up for. Like, now it wasn't just about me. It was about protecting that mindset of my daughter so she would never say the things that I have said to myself, to herself. Like, no, we're not going to do that. So that was the mindset shift right then and there. And that was everything for me. But here is what I also know. mindset alone is not going to be enough. I could flip myself, talk all day long, and still be standing in the exact same spotty, not the spotty. Oh my gosh. Hello, words. I could still be standing in the same body, I guess the same spotty too. What a nerd. You know what you're getting. Like, this is who I am. So here we are. But I could have been standing in the same body, not understanding why the work was not working, because there was something underneath all of it that nobody had told me about yet. A gap, a foundational gap that was quietly keeping everything I was already doing from working the way that it should. And that is exactly what today is going to be about. So here's the perspective. I'm going to hand you this one, my friend, right now. The one that I wish that someone had given me a whole lot sooner in my journey. Have you ever thought that maybe, just maybe, that this whole health journey has absolutely nothing to do with what you are doing and everything to do with what you are not getting nutritionally, regardless of how healthy you eat? Because that right there, that changes everything. You can never give up the hope that solutions exist for you. You just need to know that they exist. So before I tell you what that missing piece is, I need you to have a picture in your head first. I'm going to take you back to when we were kids. I want you to think about that Nerf ball, right? You remember those? When we were kids and you would dunk it in the pool and that would soak all the water up and you'd get real heavy and real full, and then you'd throw it at someone, or you could squeeze all the water out. It was soft, it was pliable, doing exactly what it was built to do, right? But if you left that ball out in the sun, it dried up, it got hard, and it didn't really absorb anything anymore, right? You could not squeeze anything out of it. It was just stiff, it was rigid, and we need to buy a new one, right? That is exactly what is happening inside of our body with our trillions of cells when they are not getting what they need. They're all dried out like that Nerf ball. They can't absorb nutrients the way that they should. They cannot push out waste the way that they should. And here is why that matters so much. Every healthy meal that you are eating, every supplement that you are taking, every workout that you are showing up for, all of it is trying to work inside a body where the cells are not open to receive it, right? The foundation is completely compromised, and you cannot build on a compromised foundation, no matter how hard you work. So we need to fix the foundation first, and everything else is going to get better from there. So what feeds those cell membranes? What keeps them soft and pliable and working the way that they were designed to work? Well, the whole grain oils, the sterols, the lipids that live inside the grain kernel, these are what your cell membranes were designed to run on. And this gap was not an accident. These nutrients were purposely removed from our food supply, and not because they are bad for us, but because removing them made food last longer on a shelf. Shelf life over our health. Perfect. That is a trade that was absolutely made without even asking us. And we already talked last episode about how 90 to 98% of Americans are deficient in nutrients that their body actually needs. And this one, the whole grain gap, is the biggest of all 5. I'm talking 98%. 98%. That's almost everyone listening right now. So what do we do about it? Well, we have 2 options, okay? Well, actually, we have 3 options. Let's go over the first one. First one is taking control of milling your own grains, controlling your own ingredients, and baking your own bread every single day to get those oils naturally. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think I have time for that, or at least can be consistent with doing that. But if you're a bread maker, I genuinely respect that. But I know, for reality, for me, that's not something that's not an option for me. Plus, I got to think about all those calories that come with the bread. And then I got to think about, I'm over here trying to get snatched. So that ain't really going to be a good combo for me. And plus, the matter of fact, bottom line, consistency is always going to win in everything that we do, especially to ourselves. And these whole grain oils, sterols, and lipids is something that we need daily. So option 1, if you're going to mill your own grains and bake your own bread and get those oils naturally, your body's going to love you for it. Okay, and then option 2 is going to be about that convenience. That's my lane. That's where I'm at. And let me give you a little history on it. There was a hospital study back in like the 1940s, 1950s, where a study was conducted in a Southern California hospital, and researchers found that people could benefit dramatically from whole grains, lipids, and sterols, and all the oils, the exact nutrients that food processing has stripped from our staple foods. And in 1958, a product was developed directly from that research, and it became the very first product ever launched by a whole food nutrition company called neolife. That's what started this company. It was founded on real science, human clinical studies, whole food nutrition, and the product that I'm talking about is called chair.N. Tran. It's the world's first whole food phytonutrient supplement. And here is what I need you to understand about what that actually does for you, right? It is clinically proven to improve nutrient utilization. And in plain language, that means more nutrients get into your cells and more waste gets out. Clean cells absolutely absorb more and they eliminate more. They function the way that you were designed to function. And when that starts happening, you absolutely feel it. Your energy, your recovery, the way your body responds to everything that you're already doing, it all starts to shift. And if you could only take one thing for your health, like if you were asking me, Jamie, if you could do one thing for your health, what is it going to be? Is it going to be a vitamin? Is it going to be a protein shake? Like if you were to set me up with like, I can only do one thing, what would it be? Hands down, it would be this. It would be the one thing that makes everything else in my life work better, work more efficient. And that's going to be the whole grain oils. Because the truth is, my friend, we are only as healthy as our cells. And cellular health is where everything is going to rise or fall on the quality of our health. That product right there is the very reason why I looked at this company in the first place. I've never seen anything like it, and I know how important this is for our cellular health. Like, that is why I paired my degree, my belief, my passion, and my health behind this company. You know, being in this space as long as I have, I've seen a lot of companies, I've seen a lot of products, some good, some not so good. But when it comes to the foundation of what our body genuinely nutritionally needs, like you're not coming up to par with neolife. Like, good try. It's not going to happen, right? A lot of these are world first and onlys. This is proven, patented products. Like, it's insane what these products are proven to do inside of our body. So with that, it is really important to know when you look at the quality that neolife stands behind and you look at the integrity that they stand for. I mean, they give you a 90-day, 100% money back guarantee on every single product in their catalog. And they have like over 70. It's insane. So you could literally go all in for 90 days, empty bottle, say, I hate this, I want my money back. And they're going to give you every dollar back that you spent on that product, less shipping. No questions. Like, they are in the business to make a change. They know that their products work. That's why they're giving you 90 days. But I mean, I don't know. Being in this space for as long as I have, I mean, you're lucky to get 30 days, sometimes 60. I've never seen 90. That right there, I mean, that's confidence like at a whole nother level. I'll have all the details. Like, if you want to check out Train you want to like see the fast facts, read a little bit about it. Everything's going to be listed in the show notes. You can come find me on Instagram at The Solution Talk if you want to know a little bit more. Shoot me a message. I live this life. I love this life. This is where my degree is. And I definitely have been able to help more people grab a hold of their better health when we can get that foundation functioning the way that it was designed to function. But before I let you go, I do have something to say about the grocery store because it would not be the whole truth without it. And I did say that there's 3 options, right? So the first one, is milling your own grains and baking your own bread. The second one is taking a proven whole grain supplement every single day and having that convenience of consistency. And the third one, well, that's doing nothing. That might be you thinking right now, I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to grab that whole grain bread off the shelf. But let me lean into some truth with you. Do not fall for the whole grain marketing that you're going to see on those labels. Picture yourself standing in that bread aisle. You're looking at the packaging that says whole grain, made with whole grains, whole wheat, blah, 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 blah. And you're going to feel good about your choices, right? I have absolutely been that person. But here's what the labels are not telling us. Did you know that legally a product only needs to contain 51% whole grain to make that claim on the packaging. 51%. That means that up to 49% of what you are eating could be refined processed grains with none of the oils, none of the sterols, none of the lipids that your cells actually need. So keep in mind, there is nothing whole about those whole grain breads that are in the bread aisle. So now that you know the why behind the frustration on a foundational level, my friend, we have to fix this first. Like, that is what we have to focus on. Cellular health is going to unlock everything else in our life, and everything that you do, from how you eat to how you supplement, is going to get into your cells so much better. So no matter what you decide is best for you, I want you to know, number one, you have to decide what is best for you. And I'm going to give you a little mindset coaching here. Decide today, not tomorrow, not Monday, today. Decide that solutions absolutely exist for you, because they do. Stop leaning into, I'm just going to normalize that this is my life. Like, you were designed to feel amazing. And you just heard, in my opinion, and in my truth, and in my nerd brain, you just heard the most important solution of them all. The one that is going to pour into everything else that you are already doing. Even if you are taking other products that you love, I would never talk somebody off of what is working for them. But I will bet that if you add this into your life, no matter if you're milling your own grains or you're taking this grain oil that I trust, you're going to love those products so much more, because they're going to work so much better, because they're going to get into your cells so much better, because that is what these whole grain oils, sterols, and lipids are proven to do. Keep in mind, my friend, we are only as healthy as our cells. And when we give our cells what they need, they're going to do what they need to do. They're going to run more efficiently, and that's where everything is going to start to change. It's the one thing that has been missing from underneath all of that work that you've been putting in. Your energy is going to shift. You're going to start to see those results. You're going to start to see your body finally start showing up for the work that you've been putting in. And while you're at it, how about you start lifting yourself up? Right? Stop beating yourself down in that mirror. The woman you see in that mirror is the woman who's going to change your life. And guys, I'm talking to you too. Like, you're just as bad as we are with our mindset. Like, we need to stop with that imposter syndrome, and we need to grab a hold of our life, and we need to realize that there are solutions that can make a real difference. And it's great to know when they're proven to do so. We're going to need to be on our own side with this. So stop putting yourself down, stop being that negative script, and start lifting yourself up. We're going to draw a line, we're going to step over it, and we're going to step through. Because at the end of the day, you deserve a foundation that's actually going to work. And that is what today was all about, right? That's why we are here every single week. So with that being said, come on back next week, because I am really fired up to keep cutting through a lot of this noise out there and getting this simple wrapped around grabbing hold of our best health and getting straight to the solutions that actually matter. Mindset, health, no fluff, no filler, just the real stuff that actually changes things. So until then, stay healthy, my friend, and I'll see you next week.